I haven't known Sister Megan as long as most of you. I really only got to know her over the last 3 years or so since going to work for Rosary High School. But I was very fortunate that God led her back to Rosary to help us through a difficult period when we were struggling to find a principal. She served on the search committee, and when we didn't find exactly who we were looking for, she graciously allowed us to twist her arm into serving as interim principal for a year as we reopened the search. She had just left friends and colleagues at IC College Prep after a long and successful career as an administrator and was working at Aurora University, mentoring those who were preparing to be the next generation of teachers. But with the blessing of Sister Rebecca Ann and the leadership team in Springfield, Sister Megan returned to Rosary, where she had previously served as principal for 8 years. She loved Rosary, and as always, she went where she was needed. I was serving in the role of president at Rosary at that time, and I could tell you that I needed all the help I could get. Being one of the few males in a building of 320 teenage girls was something that brought new challenges and opportunities to me. In the role as president, you look for someone as principal with at least a few of the following characteristics. Sometimes you need someone who will provide a steadying influence and a stability in the face of change. Sometimes you need someone who will bring a wealth of experience from serving in a wide variety of teaching and administrative positions in elementary, secondary, and collegiate settings. Sometimes you need someone who will offer a fresh perspective to issues that you're facing. Sometimes you need someone who will just listen when the frustrations of the day seem almost too much to bear. Sometimes you need someone who will infuse a bit of humor into an otherwise stressful meeting, or day, or week, or semester, or year. Sometimes you need someone who will exhibit a calming presence and a wisdom to see the bigger picture when others focus on personal concerns or allow minor setbacks to assume more significance than they deserve. Sometimes you need someone who will demonstrate a faith that is rock solid, reminding all that everything will be handled in God's time, not ours, and that His plan will always be the right plan for what is needed. Sometimes you need someone who will make those around her better teachers, better administrators, better friends, and better daughters and sons of God. Sister Megan was that person. She was always that person. And sometimes you need someone who will just do what you want without asking questions and just follow you blindly so you can do whatever you want. Sister Megan was not that person. Sister Megan was never that person. I have been overwhelmed to see so many people from various chapters in her life, former students, former colleagues, fellow Dominican sisters, generous donors who supported institutions and causes in which she believed simply because she believed in them. She touched so many lives in her far too short time on this earth. She was strong-willed. She was opinionated. She was very caring and full of boundless energy to attack whatever task needed to be done, from creating a comprehensive school calendar that somehow was able to juggle hundreds of required and essential events and activities, to cleaning up after a school dance or a game or a parent social. And she was feisty. Perhaps that's what I admired the most. She was also a woman of impeccable integrity and felt very strongly that one should always do what was right. She trusted in God's plan for her and for Rosary, and made sure we never strayed from what was best for the faculty and staff, the families, and especially the girls of Rosary High School. And to help us along the path God had set for us, she often found time to share a story from her past that somehow made a point that needed to be made at that particular time. And even shared it with a bit of an Irish brogue, thrown in for good measure. She loved Rosary High School. And in turn, she was loved by many, many of those whose lives she touched. And I am reminded once again of the quote by St. Catherine of Siena that is a touchstone for the girls at Rosary. Be who God meant you to be, and you will set the world on fire. Sister Megan listened to the whisper of God in her ear, followed wherever he led, and set fires wherever she went. And while we will miss Sister Megan, I have no doubt that she will be watching over all of us and providing a guiding nudge every so often. I am so grateful that some of her time on this earth was shared with me, and I'm honored to be able to say she was my friend.